New UK Driving Theory Test Practice. Topic 9. Part 1. Road and traffic signs. Road and traffic signs are illustrated in the Highway Code, and you should try to learn them, as you will no doubt come across them in your driving theory test. In general, signs in triangles give warnings. Signs in circles give orders, and signs in rectangles give information. Road markings painted on the road surface serve the same purpose and should also be learned. Question 1 of 60. How can you identify traffic signs that give orders? A. Blue rectangles. B. Red triangles. C. Green rectangles. D. Red circles. The correct answer is D. Red circles. Explanation. There are three basic types of traffic sign: those that warn, those that inform, and those that give orders. Generally, triangular signs warn, rectangular signs give information or directions, and circular signs give orders. An exception is the 8-sided stop sign. Question 2 of 60. Traffic signs giving orders are generally which shape? The correct answer is A. Explanation. Road signs in the shape of a circle give orders. Those with a red circle are mostly prohibitive. The stop sign is octagonal to give it greater prominence. Signs giving orders must always be obeyed. Question 3 of 60. Which type of sign tells you not to do something? The correct answer is B. Explanation. Signs in the shape of a circle give orders. A sign with a red circle means that you aren't allowed to do something. Study Know Your Traffic Signs to ensure that you understand what the different traffic signs mean. Question 4 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Only 20 cars allowed at any one time. B. Maximum speed limit with traffic calming. C. 20 cars only, parking zone. D. Minimum speed limit with traffic calming. The correct answer is B. Maximum speed limit with traffic calming. Explanation. If you're in a place where there are likely to be pedestrians, for example, outside a school, near a park, in a residential area, or in a shopping area, you should be cautious and keep your speed down. Many local authorities have taken steps to slow traffic down by creating traffic calming measures such as speed humps. They're there for a reason. Slow down. Question 5 of 60. Which sign means no motor vehicles are allowed? The correct answer is A. Explanation. You'll generally see this sign at the approach to a pedestrian-only zone. Question 6 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. No vehicles over 30 tons. B. New speed limit 20 miles per hour. C. End of 20 miles per hour zone. D. Minimum speed limit 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. End of 20 miles per hour zone. Explanation. Where you see this sign, the 20 miles per hour restriction ends. Check all around for possible hazards and only increase your speed if it's safe to do so. Question 7 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Clear way, no stopping. B. No motor vehicles. C. Cars and motorcycles only. D. No overtaking. The correct answer is B. No motor vehicles. Explanation. A sign will indicate which types of vehicles are prohibited from certain roads. Make sure that you know which signs apply to the vehicle you're using. Question 8 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. No parking. B. No entry. C. No through road. D. No road markings. The correct answer is B. No entry. Explanation. No entry signs are used in places such as one-way streets to prevent vehicles driving against the traffic. To ignore one would be dangerous both for yourself and for other road users, as well as being against the law. Question 9 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. No traffic from the right. B. No right turn. C. Bend to the right. D. Road on the right is closed. The correct answer is B. No right turn. Explanation. The no right turn sign may be used to warn road users that there's a no entry prohibition on a road to the right ahead. Question 10 of 60. Which sign means no entry? The correct answer is A. Explanation. Look for and obey traffic signs. Disobeying or not seeing a sign could be dangerous. It may also be an offense for which you could be prosecuted. Question 11 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Parking for buses only. B. Route for trams only. C. Route for buses only. D. Parking for trams only. The correct answer is B. Route for trams only. Explanation. Avoid blocking tram routes. Trams are fixed on their route and can't maneuver around other vehicles or pedestrians. Modern trams travel quickly and are quiet, so you might not hear them approaching. Question 12 of 60. Which type of vehicle does this sign apply to? A. Wide vehicles. B. Long vehicles. C. Heavy vehicles. D. High vehicles. The correct answer is D. High vehicles. Explanation. The triangular shapes above and below the dimensions indicate a height restriction that applies to the road ahead. Question 13 of 60. Which sign means no motor vehicles allowed? The correct answer is A. Explanation. This sign is used to enable pedestrians to walk free from traffic. It's often found in shopping areas. Question 14 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. You have priority. B. No overtaking. C. No motor vehicles. D. Two-way traffic. The correct answer is B. No overtaking. Explanation. Road signs that prohibit overtaking are placed in locations where passing the vehicle in front is dangerous. If you see this sign, don't attempt to overtake. The sign is there for a reason. You must obey it. Question 15 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Clear way, no stopping. B. Waiting permitted. C. National speed limit applies. D. Waiting restrictions apply. The correct answer is D. Waiting restrictions apply. Explanation. There will be a plate or additional sign to tell you when the restrictions apply. Question 16 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. End of cycle route. B. End of restricted speed area. C. End of clearway. D. End of restricted parking area. The correct answer is D. End of restricted parking area. Explanation. Even though you've left the restricted area, make sure that you park where you won't endanger other road users or cause an obstruction. Question 17 of 60. Which sign means no stopping? The correct answer is A. Explanation. Stopping where this clearway restriction applies is likely to cause congestion. Allow the traffic to flow by obeying the signs. Question 18 of 60. You see this sign ahead. What does it mean? A. Waiting restrictions apply. B. National speed limit applies. C. No entry. D. No stopping. The correct answer is D. No stopping. Explanation. Clearways are stretches of road where you aren't allowed to stop unless it's an emergency. Stopping where these restrictions apply may be dangerous and is likely to cause an obstruction. Restrictions might apply for several miles and this may be indicated on the sign. Question 19 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Distance to public telephone ahead. B. Distance to parking place ahead. C. Distance to the public house ahead. D. Distance to passing place ahead. The correct answer is B. Distance to parking place ahead. Explanation. If you intend to stop and rest, this sign allows you time to reduce speed and pull over safely. Question 20 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Vehicles may park fully on the verge or footway. B. Vehicles may not park on the verge or footway. C. Vehicles may park on the right-hand side of the road only. D. Vehicles may park on the left-hand side of the road only. The correct answer is A. Vehicles may park fully on the verge or footway. Explanation. In order to keep roads free from parked cars, there are some areas where you're allowed to park on the verge. Only do this where you see the sign. Parking on verges or footways anywhere else could lead to a fine. Question 21 of 60. What does this traffic sign mean? A. Two-way traffic. B. One-way traffic only. C. Give priority to oncoming traffic. D. No overtaking allowed. The correct answer is C. Give priority to oncoming traffic. Explanation. Priority signs are normally shown where the road is narrow and there isn't enough room for two vehicles to pass. Examples are narrow bridges, roadworks, and where there's a width restriction. Make sure you know who has priority. Don't force your way through. Show courtesy and consideration to other road users. Question 22 of 60. What's the meaning of this traffic sign? A. Give priority to vehicles coming towards you. B. End of two-way road. C. Bus lane ahead. D. You have priority over vehicles coming towards you. The correct answer is D. You have priority over vehicles coming towards you. Explanation. Don't force your way through. Show courtesy and consideration to other road users. Although you have priority, make sure oncoming traffic is going to give way before you continue. Question 23 of 60. What shape is a stop sign at a junction? The correct answer is A. Explanation. To make it easy to recognize, the stop sign is the only sign of this shape. You must stop and take effective observation before proceeding. Question 24 of 60. At a junction, you see this sign partly covered by snow. What does it mean? A. Crossroads. B. Stop. C. Turn right. D. Give way. The correct answer is B. Stop. Explanation. The stop sign is the only road sign that's octagonal. This is so that it can be recognized and obeyed even if it's obscured, for example, by snow. Question 25 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Service area 30 miles ahead. B. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. C. Lay-by 30 miles ahead. D. Maximum speed 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is B. Minimum speed 30 miles per hour. Explanation. This sign is shown where slow-moving vehicles would impede the flow of traffic. For example, in tunnels. However, if you need to slow down or even stop to avoid an incident or potential collision, you should do so. Question 26 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Give way to oncoming vehicles. B. Pass either side to get to the same destination. C. Turn off at the next available junction. D. Approaching traffic passes you on both sides. The correct answer is B. Pass either side to get to the same destination. Explanation. These signs are often seen in one-way streets that have more than one lane. When you see this sign, use the route that's the most convenient and doesn't require a late change of direction. Question 27 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Give way to trams. B. Route for buses. C. Route for trams. D. Give way to buses. The correct answer is C. Route for trams. Explanation. Take extra care when you encounter trams. Look out for road markings and signs that alert you to them. Modern trams are very quiet and you may not hear them approaching. Question 28 of 60. What does a circular traffic sign with a blue background do? A. Give directions to a car park. B. Give motorway information. C. Give warning of a motorway ahead. D. Give an instruction. The correct answer is D. Give an instruction. Explanation. Signs with blue circles mostly give a positive instruction. These are often found in urban areas and include signs for mini roundabouts and directional arrows. Question 29 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Contraflow bus lane. B. Bus station on the right. C. Give way to buses. D. With flow bus lane. The correct answer is A. Contraflow bus lane. Explanation. There will also be markings on the road surface to indicate the bus lane. You mustn't use this lane for parking or overtaking. Question 30 of 60. What does a sign with a brown background show? A. Primary roads. B. Motorway routes. C. Minor roads. D. Tourist directions. The correct answer is D. Tourist directions. Explanation. Signs with a brown background give directions to places of interest. They're often seen on a motorway, directing you along the easiest route to the attraction. Question 31 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Beware of trains. B. Beware of trams. C. Tourist attraction. D. Level crossing. The correct answer is C. Tourist attraction. Explanation. These signs indicate places of interest and are designed to guide you by the easiest route. They're particularly useful when you're unfamiliar with the area. Question 32 of 60. What are triangular signs for? A. To give warnings. B. To give directions. C. To give information. D. To give orders. The correct answer is A. To give warnings. Explanation. This type of sign warns you of hazards ahead. Make sure you look at each sign that you pass on the road, so that you don't miss any vital instructions or information. Question 33 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Give way. B. Turn left ahead. C. T-junction. D. No through road. The correct answer is C. T-junction. Explanation. This type of sign warns you of hazards ahead. Make sure you look at each sign and road marking that you pass, so that you don't miss any vital instructions or information. This particular sign shows there's a T-junction with priority over vehicles from the right. Question 34 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. 6 roads converge. B. Risk of ice. C. Place of historical interest. D. Multi-exit roundabout. The correct answer is B. Risk of ice. Explanation. It will take up to 10 times longer to stop when it's icy. Where there's a risk of icy conditions, you need to be aware of this and take extra care. If you think the road may be icy, don't brake or steer harshly, as your tires could lose their grip on the road. Question 35 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Level crossing without gate. B. Level crossing with gate. C. Ahead only. D. Crossroads. The correct answer is D. Crossroads. Explanation. The priority through the junction is shown by the broader line. You need to be aware of the hazard posed by traffic crossing or pulling out onto a major road. Question 36 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Mini roundabout. B. Roundabout. C. No vehicles. D. Ring road. The correct answer is B. Roundabout. Explanation. As you approach a roundabout, look well ahead and check all signs. Decide which exit you wish to take and move into the correct position as you approach the roundabout, signaling as required. Question 37 of 60. What information would be shown in a triangular road sign? A. Minimum speed. B. Ahead only. C. Road narrows. D. Keep left. The correct answer is C. Road narrows. Explanation. Warning signs are there to make you aware of potential hazards on the road ahead. Take note of the signs so you're prepared and can take whatever action is necessary. Question 38 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Cycles aren't allowed. B. Cycle in single file. C. Cycle route ahead. D. Cyclists must dismount. The correct answer is C. Cycle route ahead. Explanation. Where there's a cycle route ahead, a sign will show a bicycle in a red warning triangle. Watch out for children on bicycles and cyclists rejoining the main road. Question 39 of 60. Which sign means that pedestrians may be walking along the road? The correct answer is C. Explanation. When you pass pedestrians in the road, leave plenty of room. You might have to use the right-hand side of the road, so look well ahead, as well as in your mirrors before pulling out. Take great care if a bend in the road obscures your view ahead. Question 40 of 60. Which of these signs means there's a double bend ahead? A, B, C, D. The correct answer is C. Explanation. Triangular signs give you a warning of hazards ahead. They're there to give you time to prepare for the hazard, for example, by adjusting your speed. Question 41 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Wait at the crossroads. B. Give way to farm vehicles. C. Wait at the barriers. D. Give way to trams. The correct answer is D. Give way to trams. Explanation. Obey the give way signs. Trams are unable to steer around you if you misjudge when it's safe to enter the junction. Question 42 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Hump bridge. B. Entrance to tunnel. C. Humps in the road. D. Soft verges. The correct answer is C. Humps in the road. Explanation. These humps have been put in place to slow the traffic down. They're usually found in residential areas. Slow down to an appropriate speed. Question 43 of 60. Which of these signs means the end of a dual carriageway? The correct answer is D. Explanation. If you are overtaking, make sure you move back safely into the left-hand lane before you reach the end of the dual carriageway. Question 44 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Road narrows. B. End of narrow bridge. C. End of dual carriageway. D. Tall bridge. The correct answer is C. End of dual carriageway. Explanation. Don't wait until the last moment before moving into the left-hand lane. Plan ahead and don't rely on other traffic letting you in. Question 45 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Airport. B. Side winds. C. Road noise. D. Adverse camber. The correct answer is B. Side winds. Explanation. A warning sign with a picture of a windsock indicates that there may be strong side winds. This sign is often found on exposed roads. Question 46 of 60. What does this traffic sign mean? A. Service area ahead. B. Slippery road ahead. C. Tires liable to punctures ahead. D. Danger ahead. The correct answer is D. Danger ahead. Explanation. This sign is there to alert you to the likelihood of danger ahead. It may be accompanied by a plate indicating the type of hazard. Be ready to reduce your speed and take avoiding action. Question 47 of 60. You're about to overtake. What should you do when you see this sign? A. Switch your headlights on before overtaking. B. Overtake the other driver as quickly as possible. C. Move to the right to get a better view. D. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. The correct answer is D. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. Explanation. You won't be able to see any hazards that might be hidden in the dip. As well as oncoming traffic, the dip may conceal cyclists, horse riders, parked vehicles, pedestrians in the road. Question 48 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Gated road ahead. B. Level crossing without gate or barrier. C. Cattle grid ahead. D. Level crossing with gate or barrier. The correct answer is D. Level crossing with gate or barrier. Explanation: some crossings have gates but no attendant or signals. You should stop, look both ways, listen and make sure that no train is approaching. If there's a telephone, contact the signal operator to make sure it's safe to cross. Question 49 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Trams crossing ahead. B. Oncoming trams. C. Trams only. D. No trams ahead. The correct answer is A. Trams crossing ahead. Explanation: this sign tells you to beware of trams. If you don't usually drive in a town where there are trams, remember to look out for them at junctions and look for tram rails, signs and signals. Question 50 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Steep hill upwards. B. Adverse camber. C. Uneven road. D. Steep hill downwards. The correct answer is D. Steep hill downwards. Explanation: this sign gives you an early warning that the road ahead will slope downhill. Prepare to alter your speed and gear. Looking at the sign from left to right will show you whether the road slopes uphill or downhill. Question 51 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Road ahead ends. B. Bridge over the road. C. Water across the road. D. Uneven road surface. The correct answer is C. Water across the road. Explanation: this sign is found where a shallow stream crosses the road. Heavy rainfall could increase the flow of water. If the water looks too deep or the stream has spread over a large distance, stop and find another route. Question 52 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. No through road on the left. B. Turn left for parking area. C. Turn left for ferry terminal. D. No entry for traffic turning left. The correct answer is A. No through road on the left. Explanation: this sign shows you that you can't get through to another route by turning left at the junction ahead. Question 53 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. T-junction. B. Toilet ahead. C. No through road. D. Telephone box ahead. The correct answer is C. No through road. Explanation: you won't be able to find a through route to another road. Use this road only for access. Question 5460. Which is the sign for a ring road? The correct answer is C. Explanation: ring roads are designed to relieve congestion in towns and city centers. Question 55 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Right-hand lane for turning right. B. The right-hand lane is closed. C. The right-hand lane ahead is narrow. D. Right-hand lane for buses only. The correct answer is B. The right-hand lane is closed. Explanation: yellow and black temporary signs may be used to inform you about roadworks or lane restrictions. Look well ahead. If you have to change lanes, do so in good time. Question 56 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Leave at the next exit. B. Contraflow system. C. Change to the left lane. D. One-way street. The correct answer is B. Contraflow system. Explanation: if you use the right-hand lane in a contraflow system, you'll be traveling with no permanent barrier between you and the oncoming traffic. Observe speed limits and keep a good distance from the vehicle ahead. Question 57 of 60. What does this sign mean? A. Rest area for lorries. B. Leave motorway at next exit. C. All lorries use the hard shoulder. D. Lane for heavy and slow vehicles. The correct answer is D. Lane for heavy and slow vehicles. Explanation: where there's a long, steep, uphill gradient on a motorway, a crawler lane may be provided. This helps the traffic to flow by diverting the slower or heavy vehicles into a dedicated lane on the left. Question 58 of 60. What does a red traffic light mean? A. Stop if you're able to brake safely. B. You should stop unless turning left. C. You must stop and wait behind the stop line. D. Proceed with care. The correct answer is C. You must stop and wait behind the stop line. Explanation. Whatever light is showing, you should know which light is going to appear next and be able to take appropriate action. For example, when amber is showing on its own, you'll know that red will appear next. This should give you ample time to anticipate and respond safely. Question 59 of 60. At traffic lights, what does it mean when the amber light shows on its own? A. Stop at the stop line. B. Go if no pedestrians are crossing. C. Prepare to go. D. Go if the way is clear. The correct answer is A. Stop at the stop line. Explanation. When the amber light is showing on its own, the red light will follow next. The amber light means stop unless you've already crossed the stop line or you're so close to it that stopping may cause a collision. Question 60. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When shouldn't you proceed at green? A. When your exit from the junction is blocked. B. When you intend to turn right. C. When pedestrians are waiting to cross. D. When you think the lights may be about to change. The correct answer is A. When your exit from the junction is blocked. Explanation. As you approach the lights, look into the road you wish to take. Only proceed if your exit road is clear. If the road is blocked, hold back even if you have to wait for the next green signal.